Welcome back to Chat Shit. This review is for Gold Coast 2023 season and looking forward to their 2024 season. Now, I think with Gold Coast, to start us off, unfortunately for them, it's the same off-season questions that have been asked for quite a few years in a row now. Can they finally make that push to actually be a team that competes for finals and gets there in September? And it's for a while now, it seemed like they have the pieces to do it. It's just never happened. What do you think?
Well, they're a team that you think has got a good group of players to develop into a premiership contending team. They've also now got the coach to do that, three-time premiership coach in Damian Hardwick, who came out and said he thinks he's already got 8 to 10 of the players that he can win a premiership with. Shows a lot of confidence, and it probably means a lot to the players as well to hear that from a coach like him.
Well, 8 to 10 of the players.
I mean, 8 to 10 of the players. Yeah, I just hope you're up there. Now, they had a lot of draft picks, which they've traded away for future picks because I don't think they need to play too much in this draft. So they gave away picks 10, pick 17 for a future first round pick from the Dogs. They lost Marbiol Chol, who didn't play for them much in 2023. They gave away Elijah Hollins, and they've got a few picks for next year. In this year's draft, they're not looking at anything too early, but 24, 26, 27. Obviously picks that will play, but I honestly don't think they need the personnel. They've got a pretty star-studded team, I won't lie. A lot of young talent. So they've got what? They've got Rowell. They've got Noah Anderson. Hopefully King, he just got injured, but hopefully he comes back. Ballard down back.
Jack Lukosius had a huge year.
Lukosius, yeah. Which is great experience in the ruck. Took Miller, we're both big fans of. They've got the players to maybe push and contend for that top 8.
The first thing is they just got to get in that top 8 because they just have not done it yet as an organisation.
Yeah, I think it is a massive step though, because I mean we talked about Carlton earlier. They had their 10 years not making into the top 8. Yeah. It is quite a big thing. They haven't done it yet, and every year you'll hear people talk about Gold Coast. Is this year finally the year? Yeah. Are they finally going to make it up there? Like we saw GWS come into the competition and almost fired straight away. They've played in a final. They've made finals quite a few times. Gold Coast just not the same. I'm not exactly sure why.
Yeah, it's Gold Coast was the older brother, and GWS was the younger brother that gets treated like an angel because the parents learnt from their mistakes.
Yeah,
so AFL gave GWS a lot more picks, a lot more budget to sign star players immediately.
Yeah, Gold Coast
got treated a lot better.
They did the testing on Gold Coast, and then they did the full project was GWS. But to be honest, to not play finals even once for this long is pretty disappointing. It's also, they're a club that doesn't attract stars.
Yeah.
So they do lose a lot of players.
And I know it's a wishy-washy thing, except when you've never done it before, they just don't have that. You don't, as a club, have that culture of being a finals team. Like you contrast that with a team like Geelong, Sydney, or Collingwood, where they just have that culture of being a finals team and that belief that you're always going to get across the line, like no matter the situation. And I think having Damian Hardwick there, as good as he is as a technical football coach, just his presence could be huge for them to say, hey, maybe this is a club now that is just a finals team, and we've got that at the helm.
Well, you'd think it's important. They need to hold on to some of these stars that they've got coming through.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be huge having Damian Hardwick there. You'd think he'd also could attract some big players. In the past, I think if you're deciding between two teams, any team in Gold Coast, there's a good chance you're probably going to the other team. Just because, I don't know, maybe it's a prestige of the club.
I think Disney World's lost its selling point.
Disney World has lost its selling point. They're just a club that doesn't feel like they're attractive. They haven't got a project going. But honestly,
that could change in a heartbeat if they have a couple of good years there.
Look, I mean, I'm interested to know where you've got them finishing for 2024.
I've got them finishing in 11th, which is would be very Gold Coast of them.
Yeah, I've got them finishing in 10th.
Also very Gold Coast.
Oh, also very Gold Coast. I reckon they are gonna play a part in the top 8 for a pretty big part of the season. I just don't think just the club as it is. I think it's going to be similar to an Essendon what we saw last season, where they're going to play, they're going to be part of finals, they're going to win a lot of big games, and just towards the back end, when they think they've done it, they're going to start to fall off. That's just my view on Gold Coast. A very exciting team, a team that in 3-4 years might be fighting for a premiership. If they're not, they'll be very disappointed, I feel.
Yep. One of the best young cores in the league, I think it's fair to say. And it'll be fun to find out whether this year is the year or we'll have to wait a couple more. Anyway, thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.